Good evening, boys and girls, and welcome to the first instalment of the Sporting Burrito, where we wrap all things sport. Brought to you by our good friends at White Knight Electrical for all your electrical needs. This is a pretty exciting occasion, and joining me tonight are my good friends Vince Samaras and Scotty Knight. Fellas, welcome.
G'day, Brendan. How are you, mate? It's good to be here.
Dulcie,
Scotty?
how are you? How are we, Vinny?
Hey, this is exciting.
good,
this is exciting. Something new.
Yeah,
It's not every day you start a
absolutely.
podcast.
Can't wait. Cannot wait to get stuck into it. Plenty to talk about, Brendan.
Plenty to get through tonight. You're right, Vincent, including the muchly anticipated return of the NRL this Thursday for all the sports punters out there. But probably should have started talking about a couple of things that have come up in the NRL news today.
Lots of drama.
Bronson Cherry. Man,
Mate.
when are these players going to learn?
What's he thinking?
I don't know. What's happened? 4-year ban on the card.
4-year ban, ASADA, anabolic steroids.
Yeah. And about, there was a list of things, weren't there? So he didn't just go. I mean, credit to him, he went all out. He's going to get caught. Got caught doing everything. So,
Well,
yeah, it's a huge mistake. He's such a good young player for the Sharks.
For a young
He's
fella.
only 19. And
That's why you wonder who's got into his ear to get him these things, unless he did it himself. But he's so young. You'd think someone around him could have warned him. Or
do you think it was because of maybe his injury? He just took something that he's just like, oh no, this might help me recover it. Because he did have a injury that kept him out of the game for a little bit.
Shoulder
Yeah,
recall, was it?
Yeah, he had a bad shoulder injury. I think you might be right, mate. But you just can't take the risk when you're playing professional sport.
Yeah, because surely they just get tested once
Regularly.
twice a week.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Didn't he? The test was done in November last year or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was taking 6 months for the test to come
yeah.
back.
It's crazy.
Mate, what if he was playing?
Especially Seguiara, he was in September and it come out
exactly.
in October.
Exactly.
Yeah. So how come his was only a month? And
I don't know.
Look, that's a big loss for the Sharks. Good thing for
He's
the
a damn
Tigers.
good player.
The Tigers probably have a
Especially 2 days before the NRL start.
Very much so, Scotty. Very much so.
Yeah, we should be focused on the Broncos and Eels game, not bloody some dickhead taking performance enhancing. Fucking what a
Speaking of
cock
which,
smack, honestly.
Scotty Knight, who's joining us tonight, ladies and gents, is a devout Broncos fan.
Loves them.
Are they going to get the chocolates
Since
against
I
the
was a
Eels?
little
That'll be a
boy.
tough game. Tough game first up.
Yeah, it will be. It'll be a class. From last year, that 58 loss.
What a game.
Hopefully they
Love
turn it
that
around.
The Eels are in my mind.
Love that one. Oh, yeah, good as that. Love the last leg of the multi getting up.
Huge loss for the Broncos over the week, Scotty. Andrew McCulloch. How do you see that one?
Huge loss, is it?
How do you cover for a loss of the champion?
I suppose they lose a lot of experience with McCulloch going out, but
That's all I've heard from the Broncos.
I think Turpin can do the job there.
100%.
He's young talent.
100%.
A bit more creative as well.
And
Gives it a lot more options out of dummy half.
Mm-hmm. Andrew McCulloch leaves. There's word on the horizon. Ben Teo is lurking to sign something with the Broncos.
He's training on the field with it.
Oh.
He's coming back up here. I hear.
Where's he going to fit in there? Because they got such a stacked forward pack. I don't see unless he's off the bench.
I've got word he might be playing in the centres.
Inside scoop. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
Is he going to? He can't replace Darius. Surely not.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. They just got to make room for a bit of experience. Grand final winner.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. I just don't. I'm not sure. Is it worth taking a risk on some 33, 34-year-old? He's been playing rugby for.
Well, if they can get him on like the base salary, like
true.
Why not?
Yeah, it's not much of a risk.
That's very much so.
Yeah. They need all the experience they can get. We've got a young side, youngest in the NRL.
Talk it up.
Yeah, exactly. Way to pump them up.
But
so
the Eels,
quick, mate.
they've got a stacked side on paper. Now they had cracking first 2 rounds back in March when the NRLs was still going.
It was a lifetime ago.
They've got a very
It
good
feels
side
like
on
it.
paper. But surely,
Yeah,
playing at the prestigious Suncorp, that does the job for the Broncos.
well, it'll be interesting. No crowd. They don't get that home crowd advantage that they're used to. So they normally pack it out there. So I don't know. Maybe that lessens the impact of playing at Suncorp. Probably does.
It'll
But
be
yeah, as you said,
interesting how much training everyone's done over the break as well. How everyone comes back.
Yep.
yeah, I think
COVID.
it'll be pretty clear quite quickly
Yeah.
to see which teams have done the best over the break and which teams have slacked off a bit. Tigers, Titans, probably.
Luckily, your boy Pillows Bird's not playing. Old Jack Bird.
Mate, he was looking good before he did his knee this year.
He'll be back next year.
Yeah.
Now, what a cracker on Friday night.
Should we get our tips for that game? Who are we all picking? Broncos, Eels.
No surprise here, Broncos.
Look, I'm just going to say the Eels here, boys.
Oh,
We've got more of a stacked side.
yeah.
Well, the Broncos can turn up on any day, but I just think very good side the Eels have got. You've got King Gutho at the back. You know, Sean Lane through the middle. He's pretty good. Old Sean
Ryan
Lane.
Madison. Maddo.
Vince, you?
The former Tiger. Yeah, I think I'm going to go the Broncos here. I just like that forward pack. Oh, I know they're young, but geez, they're bloody good.
You wouldn't have
Flagler.
sleeping if you didn't say the Broncos.
Yeah, I know better. The sponsors looking after us, so you better talk. One of us better look after the sponsors because you're not. But yeah, Flagler, Haas, Paddy Carrigan, I thought was great the first year, and then obviously Matty Lodge. I just see him there, number 21. Wouldn't surprise me if he gets a run as well, and he's quality. Yeah, I think the forwards will be too good.
What a cracker on Friday night.
I agree.
No surprise.
Cracker on Friday night, boys. Titans, Cowboys. To all our Titans fans out there, heading up to Queensland Country Bank Stadium will be a tough one. Cowboys too good for mine.
Yeah, it'd be
move on pretty
interesting
quick.
to see how they go without Michael Morgan. Young Jay Clifford's getting a run.
Jay Clifford and Scotty Drinkwater, very young halves combination. Scotty Drinkwater just edging out Jay Clifford at the start of the year. But, look, if you've got Tamalolo running 1,000 metres a game, he's going to be surely the Cowboys.
But he needs a bit of help from his fellow forwards there.
Yeah, the ex-Bronco, Josh Maguire.
Moose.
What about the Roosters Rabbitohs on Friday night?
Hang on, we're all tipping the Cowboys. We don't need to talk about that, do we?
No.
Just move along.
Yeah, we'll
just shuffle along.
13 plus.
Yeah.
I think.
It's probably only paying $1.10, but load up. Gamble responsibly. Yeah, Roosters Rabbitohs, Mosey said that's a proper game. That is a proper game.
Oh, if I'm the Roosters,
old rivals.
If I'm the Roosters, though, I'm very. Even though it's been a couple of months since the season was on, I'd still be fairly worried. They were 0-2 after the first 2 rounds. I just, hopefully there's been a bit of cohesion within the group over the COVID-19 break. But we'll see what happens. Like, Rabbitohs could come out and flog them. Who knows?
Yeah, they've certainly got the talent. But, geez, you look at that Roosters lineup. You've got Tedesco, the Morris brothers, Joey Manu's a gun, and then Luke Keary, Waria Harger, and then Boyd Cordner comes back as well. I mean, gee whiz. There's a lot of talent there. You wonder how they can fit them all under the cap, eh? You really wonder.
The sombrero cap.
Sombrero cap. Sponsored by the Sporting Burrito.
It'll be interesting to see how Latrell Mitchell goes.
Yeah, he's got the fullback spot again. Jeez,
how long is he going to last?
No,
50 minutes.
I'll give it a couple of weeks. Half time. Like he did in Muzzy.
That's dire.
Yeah.
Well, he just doesn't seem to have the fitness, does he?
Nah.
You just can't go the
No
full
way.
80 at fullback. So, and I reckon he's one of the best centres in the game. So I can't understand why they don't play him there. But I don't know. We'll see. Uncle Wayne sees it differently. Who am I to argue?
They signed him as a fullback, so he's playing fullback. He said.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true. That's true.
That's it. Very stubborn, Wayne. But I think I'm going to go with the Roosters. I think they'll get off the bar.
Yeah, look, I reckon this game's going to go either way. It's usually a really good contest between the Roosters and Rabbitohs, but I think the Roosters for mine just a little bit of experience after that grand final win last year. Controversial it may be,
we're not supposed to mention it.
Scotty,
you said you weren't going to talk about it, you bastard.
I'm going to go for the Rabbitohs here.
Oh, upset.
A little bit of an upset.
0-3. You reckon the Roosters are 0-3? Wow.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for.
Jeez, it might be
I'm
hard for them
interested to see how Troy Dargan goes as well. He's an ex-Bronco.
Ex-Bronco,
Giga
yes.
Dargan.
Yep.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it goes.
They got a few ex-Broncos in that side. Jaden Sewer, Pat Mago, even though before he was in Brisbane, he went to
James Roberts as well.
Yeah, he's not playing, unfortunately.
Interesting. It's a good end to Friday night football after the other game. So
yeah,
and hopefully,
yeah,
it should be a good one.
So Saturday, there's 3 games starting off with the Warriors and Dragons at Central Coast Stadium. And we better just give a shout-out to the Warriors for them coming over from New Zealand with this tough time, some leaving family behind and stuff like that. I think it's awesome to see the game.
I think we all need to become a member.
Yes.
Yeah, Warriors.
Well, if Paul Garland's playing for him, I'm not becoming a member. So.
Yeah, I'll be cancelling that. But if Sammy Thaiday plays for him, I will be.
And Billy Slater.
Oh, mate, I'd love to see Billy there.
I see they've got a fairly good back line. And, solid.
Been hit with a lot of injuries, hey?
It'll be very interesting to see how their forwards go, though, with a lot of key injuries out for the Warriors.
The one who's taken my interest on the bench, number 15, King Vuniyayawa. What a name.
Say that at home real fast.
Say that 5 times quick. Vuniyayawa.
And also, your inclusion of the Warriors during the week was from the Raiders, young Jack Murchie. It's good to see him move to a club where he probably will play more minutes than he would at the Raiders, Vince.
Yeah, look, I think he was no chance of getting games in Canberra, but even here he's on the extended bench. But I think at some point during the year he'll get a run. I think he's a good young player, so good luck to him. Yeah.
Dragons, they look pretty solid. They honestly should have smashed my team, the West Tigers, when they played in round 1, but they just could not catch a ball to save their lives. But they got a very strong lineup. Corey Norman, Ben Hunt in the halves. Matt Duffy retains the fullback position. Good-looking side, Scotty.
Yeah, mate. They're looking good. They've got a good forward pack. Paul Vaughan and Tyson Frizzell.
Yeah, I love Frizzell. Love watching me some Tyson. Mike Tyson and Tyson Frizzell. But no, I am leaning towards the Dragons here just because of their size and their forward pack. Probably 80 minutes out of some players, like Tyson Frizzell, Tarek Sims even on the edge. I can't see them losing that one.
Yeah, I'm with you, mate.
Yep.
Over.
Look, I'm even going
too much experience
with that one. That's just.
Ooh, I don't know. I wouldn't rule out the Warriors, but yeah, I'm with you with the Dragons. They probably should have beat Penrith in round 2 as well.
That's true.
They just got dudded, so they could have been 2-0.
The middle game on Saturday, Cronulla Sharks and West Tigers.
Here we go.
West. Now, obviously, the Sharks have not named Bronson Xerri in the centres. I wonder why, but
obvious reason.
A good side for the Sharks, nonetheless.
Jesse Raymond
Boylan in the starting side, which is interesting. He probably hasn't recovered from that injury he had pre-season. but good side nonetheless, Scotty.
Yeah, mate, they're looking good. Jesse Raymond's getting a start, which will be good to see. Back at the Sharks.
back from the Knights.
That's where he played his best footy, wasn't it?
That's where he began.
Yeah.
It's a shame, my beloved West. Geez, they look the goods.
They completely changed the side.
Yeah, but I'm really glad to see Adam Dewey's actually gone to fullback than playing in the centres or the wing. But they had him at the start of the season.
You got Moses Envy in there, the Queenslander.
Queenslander, yeah. Joseph Leilua, huge inclusion at the start of the season. He reckons he's the best centre in the game, by the way, if you haven't heard.
Bullshit.
What about Harry Grant? How do you think he'll go?
Look, I'd be great to see. I actually have never seen him play. Obviously, with the mid-season trade, a bit of a loan, like they do in other sports like the EPL, Bundesliga and stuff like that overseas. But so Paul Momorowski's gone from the West Tigers.
Pluck the Bundesliga.
Mate, it's been on. That's been on. But Harry Grant's the only thing to the West Tigers in place of Paul Momorowski. Harry Grant will be starting at dummy half on the weekend, which would be great to see with young Billy Walters going back to the Pine.
No room for Joshy Reynolds.
Oh, thank God.
18th minute. Yeah. Bit of a spud. I reckon the one to watch is Luciano Leilua. I reckon he's got his brother covered.
Yeah.
He's a good signing from the Dragons.
The Dragons, yes.
He's cool. And I'm actually going to back the Tigers in this one.
I like that, Vince.
I think they'll beat the Sharks.
Scotty?
I was Sharks until today. I've changed to the Tigers.
Yeah.
Been a late mail. How come?
Late mail. Where have you got that?
What swung the curve?
I think
calls I gave you.
All the drama with
Yeah. No, I like that. Good tip, Scott.
They'll be a bit distracted, I reckon.
Yes,
so,
well done. Well done.
Tigers
This is the blockbuster of the weekend for mine.
Finally.
Storm
the season
Raiders.
Bring on
at Amy Park, 7:35
Saturday
Eastern Standard Time.
I have a cruiser in hand, ready to go. Watching this.
Nothing wrong with the cruiser, fellas. Nothing wrong with the cruiser.
Exactly. Love it.
I'll be having a Northern.
Huge to see.
Bit gay, to be honest with
huge to see this game on this weekend, first round back. Of course, you would have loved to see Jordan Rapana in the team list, in the starting team list, Vince, but good side nonetheless.
Yeah, I can't understand how Michael Oldfield gets a spot over him. Hopefully, Sticky's just taking the piss and Raps will slot in. But it's hard for him to get into that.
Got you by the short and curlies, mate, at the moment. He's just... Good one, Sticky.
It's going to be hard for him to get into the actual starting side, though, because I reckon Bailey Simonson was playing well to start the year, and obviously Nick Kotrick isn't going anywhere. So
I'm really keen.
Two solid sides.
I'm really keen to see the inclusion to the Raiders at halfback George Williams. I didn't get to see much of him in the first two rounds. I hope he's a good thing for the Raiders.
Mate, Englishmen and Raiders, they just seem to go well. I don't know what it is, but yeah, as Scotty said, he's solid in defense.
Englishmen and Raiders, Johnny Bateman. Scotty, what do you make of this?
Oh, mate.
Did he write the tweet or not? That's what I want to know.
No, it's a fake.
Surely not.
It's a fake.
No way.
It's a fake.
Couldn't have been.
I
don't know.
Has come out,
mess.
for people who don't know, he's coming out and said that he's worth $800,000 and that he wants a contract upgrade. I don't think we've seen enough of him to be warranted as an $800,000 player. Definitely got potential, but it'd be interesting to see how the Raiders play when he comes back, and if that affects the team at all. Because don't get me wrong, great player.
Yeah, as you said, he's only had one. Yeah, you got to honour the contract.
Yeah,
seriously, it's the same as bloody Ryan Madison last year. Signs a dud deal with the Tigers and then just
we won't talk
pisses
about
off. Yeah. So, yes, sorry to bring up the hard times, mate. But it's the same thing. He signed a 3 onto the bloody contract. But as you say, he's only had one good year in the NRL, and then this year he's had a 3-month shoulder injury. So who knows? 800 grand. It's a lot of money. Good luck to them if they're going to pay for it. But
Well, what do you think of the Raiders
contract with the
not being able?
Who knows?
what was that, Scotty?
I was just going to say, what do you think with the Raiders not being able to play in Canberra? Play their home games in Canberra.
Fair suck if you ask
Yeah.
me.
It's bizarre. I don't understand it. I really
And
don't.
travel down
Canberra's
to a state that has some really tough restrictions on this COVID-19 to play at Amy Park, but can't come to Canberra. That's a load of shit.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I just don't understand how you can go to all the way up to Townsville and all the way down to Melbourne, but you can't play games in Canberra. I just don't get it. So, I don't know. It's a bit of a disadvantage, but fuck it. If they're good enough, they'll win. They'll win the comp. No worries.
So,
Too
Scotty,
easy.
your tip for that game, mate?
I have to go Raiders.
Is there a reason you have to go Raiders? Probably get bashed. I
just think they did it last year. Went down to Melbourne, beat them down there.
Sure.
Twice.
I just reckon they've got it. I just reckon they got it.
Did it twice. Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm with you, Scotty.
No surprise. Your pick, Vince?
Yeah, mate, it's going to be a grind. The Storm don't bloody give up victories too often, so it's going to be a grind, but I think the Raiders will get it done. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm going to back the Raiders too. I think I think they're just still hurting after last year. Like that, again, I'll bring it up.
Mate. That's
tough,
twice.
that tough grand final loss, but I'll be backing the Raiders here. 1-12 for mine.
You get one more and you get a flogging, mate, honestly.
So moving to Sunday, Arvo, and we got Panthers and Knights, Campbelltown Stadium.
Good game.
It's a weird area to have a game for the Panthers and Knights, seeing it's nowhere near either of them. I thought I'd be more accustomed to have it at the Central Coast, but Manly and the Bulldogs are playing there on Saturday evening. But no Nathan Cleary, no Kalen Ponga. Who wins it? Two massive players for both sides for mine. They'll probably be doing bloody TikTok together.
Oh, Cleary the flog, he would be. He'd be finding his next lot of girls to do a TikTok with. 12-year-old girls. But, geez, he's a big... I think actually that might be Tex Hoy. There's big raps on him. I reckon he might be able
very
to
good in
come
that 9 series.
Yeah. Look, obviously he's not going to be as good as Ponga, but I reckon the loss of him, they'll probably cover that a bit better than the Panthers, maybe. If I see Matt Burton teaming up with Jerome Luai in the halves for them. So,
yes.
Yeah, I'm liking the Knights. I reckon they got a good side. I reckon they could be a dark horse this year.
I do like they absolutely flogged the Tigers in round 2. It's just an absolute trial.
My word, that
day. But look, I like the Panthers and their inclusion of Appy Coruscant this year. Very good. I can't believe it.
Good ball.
I can't believe Manly let go of him. To get Danny.
Well, they thought that Faiuni was going to be there.
That's true.
Hook up, but then he went and stabbed someone, so that sort of went to shit. But yeah, I'm with you. He's a good player. Him and Kickout. Jeez, Kickout's a beast. I love watching him play. He's an animal.
I'd just love to see Kickout versus Taumalolo. That contest is always great.
Get him in the ring, I reckon. 1-on-1. Put the gloves on. Find out who's the baddest of them all.
So your tips for that one, boys? Penrith or Knights?
Knights for me.
I'm going to go the Panthers there.
Yeah, look, I'm following you there, Scotty. Panthers, I think they look the goods this year. They beat the Roosters at home in the second round, so it'll be good to see how they go. Obviously,
Nathan
Cleary, but I still think they get the job done. And move into our final game of the weekend, Manly Seagulls versus Canterbury Bulldogs at Central Coast Stadium. Seagulls, Bulldogs, should be a good matchup.
Yeah. I'm leaning towards Manly though. Just looking at the sides. I reckon
look,
those.
watching the Bulldogs in the first 2 rounds, I thought they were very competitive, but they just can't. They just don't have any finishing. So luckily, they're going to get Andrew McCulloch to the Bulldogs because he's going to do heaps for them. But
that experienced player, mate.
Yeah, that's true.
Played one Origin.
That's true. Experience. Look, I think the Bulldogs are going to have a loss with those 2 players that had the debacle earlier in the year.
The schoolgirl scandal. I love a schoolgirl scandal.
He was a beast.
Yeah, he's a good player.
So,
I don't think Ockenball was a big loss, but
no. It gives more opportunity to Christian Crichton and Nick Meaney on the Stings. But I think with Harawira and Naira not getting, obviously being stood down earlier this year, I just think they lose a bit of punch through the middle and on the edge. So I think the Seagulls is going to be too good here. Big Marty Tapau, Joel Thompson, Curtis Sirenen up the middle, Jakey Drblevich.
Oh,
And the hit man to Thor.
Oh, mate. Don't go anywhere.
Hoi. I love it when he puts on a shot. He's gonna line up someone.
They're calling him the Grim Reaper. Absolutely.
Nick Meaney. He's got Nick Meaney's number.
Yeah, he's already called him, told him where he's going to be buried, and it'll be in the ground at Central Coast Stadium.
Well, I didn't even notice Kieran Foran's not even playing, so that makes it even tougher for the Bulldogs. Not that he's that great anymore, but
yeah, Lockie Lewis and Jack Cogger in the halves. Lockie Lewis,
young, not that great.
Very young. Jack Cogger's pretty trash.
Yeah. Look, Manly beat the Roosters, so I think they can take care of the Bulldogs. So
Seagulls for me, you boys.
Manly.
Yeah, Manly, easy.
And Scotty, have you got a little multi for us this weekend? I've heard.
Multi?
Was that coming later?
My racing multi? Or,
yeah. We'll get into racing soon, mate. Right now, let's move on to the AFL. So it's just been announced that the season's games have come out, and if you're a beloved
the first 4 weeks,
fan, you could be going 5-0 after seeing that schedule.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves, mate. One game at a time, Brendan.
There's a few things floating around. Another over the end of last year, Willie Rioli with his Asada ban. They just seem to happen everywhere in professional sport.
Yeah, that was a weird story, that one. I remember at the time, break. Apparently, he poured Gatorade in his test instead of urine. I don't know how he's going to get away with that, but so it's not surprising. He's going to cop a pretty lengthy
Jokes on you.
Yeah, I don't know. So, look, I still think West Coast are a good side, though. Even without him, they can do some serious damage. But, yeah, as you said, the first 4 weeks back have been named. And so there's a cracker to start off with Collingwood, Richmond, into Geelong and Hawthorn. Those are the first 2 games back. Exciting.
We saw the first round of Aussie rules back in March as well as the NRL. What are your thoughts on? So you're playing, say, Canberra Stadium, no fans, or GIO for those.
Bruce Stadium. It'll always be Bruce Stadium.
Versus playing at the 100,000 seat MCG. Do you reckon that has any contrast to how a team plays, or just looking?
No, I think once you're out there playing, you're just playing footy, aren't you? Doesn't matter who you're up against. Maybe you won't get that extra bit of motivation from the crowd, but I think, what more? You got to go out there and win anyway. What more motivation do you need? So I don't.
That's true. No, that is true.
Yeah,
that is true. So for teams like, there's going to be teams in hubs. So there'll be a couple of teams, the 2 WA sides and the 2 South Australian sides will be venturing to the Sunshine State. But the first game for Adelaide and Port Adelaide will be the Southern Showdown. Now, is that going to have an impact with no fans?
That one might, actually. I know, forget what I said before. That one might, because they go apeshit in Adelaide for a showdown. I lived there for a few years, and it's all they talk about for a week or so.
Yeah,
So I think it might, but I reckon they'll still hate each other. They'll still be able to beat the crap out of one another, which is what you want to see. Get a bit of bloody mongrel. Get a bit of bloody mongrel in here. That's what we love to see. So I think
that's good.
It's a cracker.
And the Western
That's just a
Derby,
cracker.
I've seen it's looking to be played in the Sunshine State in Queensland.
Is that right? I'm not sure. I don't think so. I think they were going to hold off on that one for later in the year. Hopefully, get to play once they're out of the bubble. They'll be able to play it in Perth.
Put you on the spot there, Vince.
At the opposite, you did, and you're wrong. So that sort of gives me the shits a little bit. It's really threw me under the bus. But I think they want to wait. Hopefully, later in the year we'll get crowds. I mean, Big Peter Vlandis reckons July 1. Was it July 1 or when it started?
July 1. Yeah, I don't.
Bring it on. Bring it on.
Who knows? What a capped crowd's going to look like? Is it 20 people? Is it 20,000? You know, like what?
Mate, he's a man of his word.
Yeah, true.
He said May 28.
Yeah, everyone laughed at him. They all thought he was crazy. But look at him. So I wouldn't be surprised. Look, even if it's 1,000 people, it's better than nothing.
Yeah.
Just get a few in there, and then gradually you build
people
it
in
up.
Asia putting up sex dolls in there.
I wouldn't mind it. Probably see a few of the players running off with one after the game.
Especially if they were naked, eh?
Oh, yeah, baby. Get out. Who would?
So, Vince, Scott and I, we have our affiliation with AFL sides at base Sydney sides. So we can just only talk those two at the moment because who gives a shit about the teams?
Sounds good. Exactly.
So the Giants, Scotty, the next 4 games, Kangaroos, Bulldogs, Collingwood, Hawthorn. Pretty winnable, all those ones. There'll be a grudge match against Collingwood at Giants Stadium.
I reckon they got all 4.
Oh, have a listen to him.
They're in for another big year.
Yeah, he's confident. Can they go one step further, mate?
I think they can.
Well, you know, I've heard that a lot, and after last year's shellacking.
Oh, mate.
Yeah, wasn't their best.
We're at your Bucks party, right?
Yes, we were, mate, and I couldn't stand watching that. And I was losing at Eagle Farm as well, so I was Doomben rather.
Oh. Well, we were winning. That's unfortunate.
And for the Mighty Bloods,
the
Swans, they have Essendon, Roos, Dogs, and Melbourne. 3 of them are at the SCG.
Definitely going to beat the Bombers.
They better. That's, as you said earlier, 4. I mean, they're 4 winnable games, but geez, I don't know. Sydney, we're a pretty young side. It wouldn't surprise me if you have an off game or 2. But I'd love if we're 5-0 after this little stretch. Look out, bloody look out! We're coming for you, Scotty. We're coming for the Giants, mate.
Imagine if it was a Giants Swans grand final.
Oh, mate. And then Broncos Raiders. She'd be on. Be young and old.
So,
looking forward to
looking before the season, who's your
gamble responsibly
for AFL? Who would you be looking at to potentially win the comp?
Ooh, well, geez, who knows? I mean, it could change the way teams play. These hubs and no crowds and everything.
Are they still doing what they had beforehand with the shortened
quarters?
Yes.
I believe so. Not 100%. Another question without notice.
I might call Gil. I'll give Gil a call.
Give him a buzz. Be nice to have him on one time. But I reckon the Tigers, I know they won it last year. It's an easy pick, but geez, they're going to be hard to beat.
I'd love to see living in
Giants.
Brisbane. I'd love to see the Lions go a bit further than they did last year. Actually, remember when you came up for that, Scotty, and they beat the Giants? That was a cracker of a game.
That was
for all you Lions fans out there.
It's a close final. Yeah, it was a shame because they had such a good season. They finished second on the ladder, and then to go out in straight sets was a little disappointing. But I hope they can go one better too. Maybe make a prelim or a grand final. It'd be good to see them there. It's been a while.
That's
Been
true.
a long time between dreams. But they got smacked by Hawthorn in round one, so who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
But yeah, Richmond for me.
Scotty?
You?
I'm going to say the Hawks for a little smoky.
Oh,
Awful.
bit of a roughie.
I just
They had
think
a
they got a good system down there.
Do you have the odds on that?
Clarko.
Sorry?
Have you got the odds for the Hawks winning the comp?
No, I don't. Just a thought I've had. I just think they'll go pretty well. They'll be in it.
Especially with Clarko, he would have been hatching some schemes during this break.
Yeah.
He's got to be the best
Got a lot
coach
of
in the comp.
experience.
Oh, my word, he does. Ooh, yeah. Brendan, who are you liking, mate?
Look, as I said before, I'd love to see the Lions go into at least a prelim. But because, like, living up here in Brisbane, the fans absolutely love it up here. They just love the Lions.
Do they?
Yeah, they love them.
Jeez, I thought they were more a Broncos crowd up in Brisbane.
Well, when you go to the
realise they
Gabba,
loved it.
good atmosphere. Good atmosphere.
The Gabatoir. Yeah, that's true. For that final, it was packed, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. But yeah,
There was
I
a lot
think
of banter at that game.
I'd like to see the Lions go further.
Who wouldn't?
For the obvious choice would be to pick Richmond after last year, but I could probably see also the Giants be getting up there again. They've made prelims for the past couple of years in a row. So just have to wait.
Yeah,
and
they
see.
got a lot of talent.
Who knows?
Plenty of good players up there.
Josh Kelly.
Oh, he's my favourite. Oh, there's a big.
Yeah, that's enough.
Plus, they do have one of the best songs in the league.
So
You would.
moving on to another sport that surrounds Australia is just a little bit about rugby union. So New Zealand rugby is taking shape for a June 13 return. Just a New Zealand-based competition with all the 5 Super Rugby sides. So that should be a little bit interesting. We'll see.
I'm excited.
Guys like Bowden Barrett start for his new side at the Blues in Auckland.
Why don't we send the Wallabies over? They might actually be competitive.
We still get beaten at the moment.
Yeah, probably. You're right. The Crusaders would definitely flog us.
Yeah, no doubt.
But at least we'd have a competitive Super Rugby side, unlike Reds and Rebels. Waratah, Jesus Christ, the Waratah.
Oh, we all love the Brumbies here, and
yes,
the Waratahs they got it handed to them in that final round before COVID break. I was really annoyed because the Brumbies are actually really starting to look really good.
Will they be able to pick that up? What's happening with the Australian team?
So it looks like a return in July.
Okay.
Fingers crossed for rugby pundits out there. The return of the Super Rugby side, also the former Super Rugby side, the Western Force, looking to come into that competition as well. Who knows how that'll work?
It's good to have them back.
With them being over in WA, but promising signs. It'd be good to. I can't see them beating anyone, but
will they have the hub?
Yeah, probably.
Will we see another hub?
Oh, who loves a hub?
Oh, we love a hub here at the Burrito. We love a hub.
We love all things hubs.
Yeah.
So moving on from that, one of the biggest things on Netflix going around at the moment is the documentary of Michael Jordan called The Last Dance. If you haven't seen it, do yourself a favour and give that a watch. 10-part series. The Last Dance. What do you think, boys?
Mate, I loved it. I thought it was great to see the big the GOAT, as he's so often called. To see him, the behind-the-scenes footage of him was pretty amazing. I loved it. I just loved it. I'm glad it happened. It was desperately needed because we had no sport. So it was
100%.
It was good to see. And I think, I don't know, maybe did it bury the debate of who the GOAT is? There's a lot of talk, him or LeBron. I don't know. Are we going to get into it? We might as well.
The debate on that will probably only be, surfaced when LeBron gets his own documentary.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait about 15, 20 years.
Yeah. It'll be worth it, mate, honestly, especially that Cavs championship.
Well, see,
I can't wait to see that.
I think LeBron is a bit more well-rounded because he's won 3 championships. Championships with 2 different sides. So, hopefully 3 championships.
The Lakers?
Do it at the Lakers.
I don't know.
What if the Nuggets have anything to say about that?
Nikola Jokic.
Well, we'll have to wait and see if they even get back into it.
Would you?
Because they've been off for ages.
Something on the horizon. They were thinking about end of July, early August, but
they
were going into playoffs soon anyway, so could just go straight into playoffs.
I think you'd almost have to. Just a short playoffs, maybe
running out of time.
It'll be the next season. Like 2 months after. We go straight from the playoffs into the 2021 season.
What are your thoughts on The Last Dance, Scotty? What do you think? Anything controversial you saw?
Dance. I really enjoyed it. I was just surprised with a few, like how close the series were actually each year, how close they were.
Do you
didn't realise that a lot of games went down to the wire?
Yep, 100%. Do you think Michael Jordan playing? He doesn't play. Sorry, he didn't play in that 94-95. Well, he came back in 95. But if he played those 2 full seasons, did they win 8 in a row?
No,
maybe.
personally, I don't think so.
We'll never know.
We'll never know. But he looked absolutely gassed by the end of his third one. I just think, and all the stuff, especially the tragically losing his dad, I mean, that had to weigh heavily on him. So I think he needed that break, and then he came back, and he did all right once they came back, I guess.
Did what he did.
Better.
But as Scotty said, when I remember growing up, you just heard that he won 6, and it was like he just dominated every team, everyone he came up against. But as you said, the series against Phoenix was tight as a fish's ass, and then the one against Indiana went to 7.
Charles Barkley,
Big
and Utah Jazz.
And the Jazz, they could have won that easily. He just hit that shot, could have gone to 7.
Did he push him?
So yeah, you're right. No, he's fallen over. He was already falling over. He's just trying to start drama.
What do you think of the controversy with the 1992 Olympic side? No Isaiah Thomas. Surely that had to be all Michael Jordan.
No. Didn't you watch the documentary? They said it was apparently Magic didn't like him, Larry Bird didn't like him, Scottie Pippen didn't like him. So like half the side didn't like him. Yeah, so
he was hated all around.
If you're gonna carry on like a dickhead, no one's gonna like you. So no wonder they didn't pick him in that side.
Like someone we know.
But he met all the criteria.
Yeah, except teammates actually thinking you're a decent human. It's pretty important criteria. He's a good basketball player, but
so shout out to the Last Dance. Great show to watch.
I know they're listening. Shout out to you, Michael. Get in touch. We'd love to have you on, mate.
Michael, if you're around, mate, yeah.
Yeah, can I just bring up? There's a big story brewing. I'm just looking at Fox Sports there. An ex-Formula One star in an online race reportedly used a competitive gamer, a professional gamer, to take his place.
And he still came third.
He didn't even win. Daniel Apt. Audi Sports Daniel Apt. Finished third.
If there's any gamers out there, which I'm sure there will be, don't play with this cheater.
Yeah. Well, if you're going to cheat, at least win. For God's sakes. You're going to cheat and come third.
Was there any more reports on that? Is he? He's been.
Look, I think more
surely from esports.
will come to light. I mean, it's a breaking story, so I can't wait to hear more.
Is he a part of the
I'm
Essendon Bombers esports team?
Sure, we haven't heard the end of it. I don't know.
He got.
I think they got rid of it.
He got €10,000 fine.
Oh shit!
Must be
not-
be paid
it's not
to
enough.
charity of his choice.
No,
It's not enough for
long.
long.
Cheaters.
I would have locked him up.
It's probably the Daniel Apt Foundation.
Oh yeah,
Cheat-
just go
cheat
straight back
only.
news account. I don't know. That's not. I would have locked him up, to be honest. Thrown away the key. You can't be cheating in an online gaming racing series. It's disgraceful.
It's good to actually see. There's a couple of big names. I saw Peter Siddle was racing there the other day.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, Peter Siddle was on it. Stephenson.
Nathan Highmarsh was having a
Runner.
go.
Yeah, Nathan Highmarsh had a go. John Stephenson.
I saw a bit of Heine's work. So he just kept crashing over and over again. Yeah, no
we'll
idea.
be driving with him, ladies and gents.
No.
But no, you can't. Again, you just can't be cheating. Like, it brings us back to
It's a
Bronson.
disgrace.
You can't be cheating.
Bronson, Cherry, Willie, that seems to be the theme of the pod. Cherry, Rioli, Daniel App is the worst, though. I cannot get over it, honestly.
I'm shocked.
Just a disgrace.
I
He
can't
might have
believe
to be the first enemy of the pod. The sporting burrito.
So if
Daniel
any
App.
gamers out there, again, just name and shame. Daniel App.
You're a joke. Anything else catch your eye?
I think
Brendan, Scott?
well,
I'm just keen for the footy to start back up.
100%.
No, it's 2 sleeps. It's only 2 sleeps away. Do we get to
If
see the
we're
Broncos
just
pump
talking
the
racing quickly, I just saw in racing news, Formula One, Daniel Ricciardo's moved from Renault to McLaren during the week. He's taken the top driver spot there. Good on you, Daniel Ricciardo. We know you're listening, mate.
Okay.
Good on you, mate.
It's a fair pay cut, apparently.
24 mil. Now,
Jesus Christ.
to any sports star that makes that kind of money, it's probably nothing, but I guess 24 mil is a big chunk of what you were making beforehand.
Oh, it's a bit of money.
Let's just hope he does well at McLaren. He's been, he's at Red Bull and gone to Renault, and he
hasn't done much at Renault, has he?
No, well, he was doing a little bit at Red Bull before Max Verstappen came on the scene. He's a
Verstappen.
cocky little prick. So,
yeah, not a fan of Verstappen.
let's.
Wanker.
That's another hater of the podcast.
Daniel Apton, Max Verstappen. Lock them up. Burn them. No, don't do that.
Throw away the key.
Throw away the keys.
All right, I think that's all we have time for tonight on the Sporting Burrito, where we wrap all things.
Oh, just wait! I got a tip for tonight.
Oh, you got a tip?
Oh, here you go. Horse racing now? Is that what we're talking?
Yeah, this is my horse racing tip for tomorrow.
Oh, there we go. Here we go. Before we wrap up,
we've got
everyone, do you have your
Canterbury,
pen
race
and paper ready?
Race 7 at Canterbury. Number 1.
Number 1.
Top weight.
What's its name?
What's the name?
Big Boy Roy.
Yes.
Royza.
Louise Day's on board after a couple of
Good
winners she
listener
rode
of
on
the
the weekend.
podcast. Big listener.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
been
Louise.
good for.
Louise. What's the track?
Now you can snap it up at 270 fixed odds.
Ooh, that's
That won't.
the
That
best
won't
bet of the day.
last
Have you got a roughie for us tomorrow?
Mate, it was tough toss up between. Where's my number?
Mate, you love a question without notice, don't you, Trent? Throw him under the bus.
I lost my numbers. Where are they?
Really threw him under the
Just
bus.
give me a seckie. Race 1, number 11. Kerrisdale.
Is this at Canterbury as well?
Yeah, Canterbury, sorry. It was a toss-up between her and Lou Buck.
Ah, yes.
Which is in race 3, number 9.
Yes.
So
Okay.
I've gone with the 9 in race 3. Brenton Abdallah on board.
Oh, Abdallah.
Who's
We
trained?
love
moment.
Abdallah.
At the moment, $16 fixed. So
Oh.
more of it each way. If you just want to
Yep.
throw a little bit each way on her.
And
Yeah, we're
remember, the more you put on, the more you get back. So but we went different ways then. You went the responsible, I went the irresponsible. No, of course. Yeah, it's just a bit of fun. Gamble responsibly, but load up.
That's probably all we got time for now on this morning for it.
Oh,
We wrap all things sport, brought to you by our good friends at White Knight Electrical. Thanks, boys, for joining us.
it was a
We'll
pleasure, Brendan. Have
speak
fun.
to you on our
Pleasure,
next
as always.
podcast, which will be on Sunday night with a review of the NRL. Thanks, guys.
Speak to you then. Bye.
So,